3, 2, 1, let's go. One day someone's going to say, Hans, can you stop shouting when you start this episode?
Or they could turn the volume down.
I mean, options. Of options. Of options. That was a good summer. NSG option summer was a good
time.
Good time.
That was when
what a
music
time
was
to
good.
be alive. Afro swing was all the rage.
Afro swing
the
was
sun
all the
was
swing.
out.
Mm-hmm.
England was in the European finals. I don't know if that's a true thing. I'm just chatting shit. But it felt like they were. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Receipts Podcast, episode 249. Let's make some noise for 249. Woo, 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 woo. We're here, we're active, we're feeling good. It's your girl, Tolly T.
And just call me Audrey. Do you know what that reminded me of?
What, baby?
I saw Renee, Miss Our Fabulous, who we love, here on the Receipts Podcast. I'm always in her comments. I'm like, if she sees me in her comments enough, then maybe one day she will come on the podcast.
My dream is Miss Our Fabulous and UK Thanos.
Oh, together? Oh my God. Like, listen, guys, go flood their DMs.
Audrey, they was on a live together once and I missed it. And I saw
it. It was the funniest thing ever.
How can I miss this UK legends?
No, this was UK's finest at its finest, like on TikTok Live, yeah. And do you know what I've realised about, these people that actually like, they screen record people's lives.
Oh yeah, they do. Yeah.
Like those people are mad because I'm just like, okay, so you've seen people on live and your first thing is, do they shop it around? Do they get paid for this?
It's just in case they say anything.
Just in case they say it and they want to have the exclusive.
And sometimes they repost it on theirs and that gets the shares and likes because they just take the clip and repost it on theirs. So I think that's mainly what it is. I think most celebrities, when they go live, someone's out there screen recording it.
Yeah. Because the way it makes its way onto so many different pages. But I digress. So Renee was making a shout out to Mo Stax and she was basically asking him to make a comeback and she was just like, sir, where is your music? We miss you. Like, you need to make some new music. And he replied in the comments, but I don't know whether he's going to make new music.
Remind me of the Mo Stax song.
He made that song and I don't care what I really wanna. Dun, dun, dun.
I do what I want, what I really want. I don't care, I just really wanna. I was like, wait, what? It says I do what I want.
Yeah. That song.
Okay, no, that was a banger. That felt like summer as well. The thing about Mo Stack is, right, hear me out. There is something about the leanness of that man that's really attractive.
The what?
Because he's quite lean and tall and he wears glasses, right? And I'm like, it's actually quite attractive.
Yeah, no,
something about his
man.
And also, do you know a slender man that like a thick girl?
Yeah.
That's the aesthetic. I don't know if that's true to his life, but that's what it gives.
But I thought it was so cute.
And he replied saying it's coming.
And he didn't say it was coming, but he just said, I think he just said like love or something. But
that's nice.
Yeah, it was sweet.
That is actually very, very nice.
I very rarely see Renee like online like speaking life or positivity. Do you know what I mean?
She does, Renee is like, don't cross me, I don't cross you.
Yeah.
Like, speak life into me, I speak life into you. There is not a video of hers that I will ever scope by. I need to listen, I need to laugh. She's so funny.
To be fair, she was back in Antos' corner quite hard.
See?
And that was dope. And she like managed to get into her own beef, backing her. So I definitely think she's like very loyal and all the rest of it. But yeah, no, that was a nice video.
Nice. I have 2 shout outs that I'd like to do.
Oh, okay.
And the first shout out is to the women who do spin classes.
Oh,
President General among the nations. I hail you. Because what the fuck is your pussy made out of?
Yeah, I can't do it.
Do you know? Ow. I tried to do a spin class the other day and I genuinely thought my lips were going to fall down.
Yeah,
that is the most painful thing I have ever done. How you manage to sit on that thing, that hard thing that is just this thing and not have the agony in your vagina. I thought it was going to affect my reproductive system. I was like, you know what? I have not had children yet. I don't think I should be doing this. So I came off it because it is so painful.
Spin
How the hell do people do spin?
I don't know. I've done it one time many moons ago and for the exact same reason. I was like, I don't think I could do this again. But I think it's because you're not supposed to spend that much time sat.
What do you want to do? Standing?
You're supposed to to be up a lot of the time.
Oh, please. Oh, please.
So, yeah.
I'm going to kill myself. Why did I make a seat?
If you're up, then, your vagina won't really feel it as much. And I don't have that kind of stamina. So I was sat often throughout the whole time I did it and it really hurt. And I remember the one and only time I did spin was years ago. And I remember like rushing to do it on my lunch break. And that's actually a very crazy concept, like workouts on your lunch break.
I know.
Because you do it, obviously you shower and you go back to the office. And I mean, I'm always going to find time to eat my lunch as well. I mean, that goes without saying. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it was a very like
in my head,
intense day.
When I was eating at my desk, I wasn't on lunch.
Same.
Like,
that's not a lunch break.
I don't care what the rules are.
I have to walk away from my desk.
I'm just doing
Facts.
It's once I've now left the desk, then my hour starts.
But not just leaving the desk. You have to have gotten into out of the building.
Now it's
that's when the clock starts.
Yeah. If I'm eating at my desk, I'm not on lunch.
No, definitely not. But even if I'm not working, because oftentimes I would eat at my lunch. I would eat my lunch at my desk and still just be on the internet or, do you know what I mean, watching a show or whatever. But that still doesn't count as my lunch break. I'm at my desk.
Yeah. The break is when I'm breaking free from the bondage you're put me in,
exactly.
And I've left the building. Then my hour starts.
Facts,
but like whole time, I don't know how people do it. It is so, and I also need to know, because obviously I can't ride a bike, which I will learn. I need to know, is that the same seat on bikes?
Mm-hmm.
I'm never going to learn how to ride a bike then.
Yeah.
There is no cushion. It's so hard.
They need to invent something.
I'm gonna try it one more time because my PT is just like, no, do it. You're gonna enjoy it. I don't enjoy it, and my vagina lips are in agony. And I just don't think they deserve that.
I prefer a treadmill. Is there some sort of treadmill class that's like the equivalent of spin but on a treadmill?
Yes. It's what's it called? It's in Canary Wharf. Oh, what is it called? Red Room. What am I thinking? Help me, Brent. I used to go to it.
Barry's.
It is Barry's. Yeah. So Barry's, they'll tell you to go up a certain speed. Yeah. Right. So Barry's do, half of it is treadmill and the other half is workouts and stuff. I actually used to go Barry's on a Saturday morning like I was Sunday day of leisure.
I've never been to Barry's before. I've seen people go in and out and it looks very fancy.
Yeah. It's a hard workout though.
Yeah, that's why I've never stepped foot in there. It looks like it's for professionals.
Incredibly hard. But I actually did really enjoy it. I like that. I like when people do workout in a nightclub type of scene.
Yeah, same.
I don't know, it feels fun.
I feel like that would get me. Who was I speaking to the other day? And she was talking about, I think it was Ramel London actually.
Yeah.
And she was basically saying that there's a workout class, it's boxing, but you do it to like old school garage and stuff. Oh, was it fun?
It's the one in Mumford.
It looks,
and I went there because of her.
She said it was in
I
Mumford.
went there because of her. She posted it and I actually went there and it was sick.
That looks
I used to go
good.
quite often. I used to go to it quite often. It was like a UK guy. And I'm like, we're loving it, one. We're loving it. It's actually such a vibe. I totally enjoyed it.
That sounds like a bit of me. I feel like if the music and the environment's right, then I can get into it.
Yeah.
Because I used to love step aerobics. Like that used to be my thing. I was so good at it.
Yeah.
I remember one time in school, I was so good at step aerobics, my teacher let me take over the class. Like she literally was like, Audrey, you've got this, because I think she was injured or something. And I actually did it. And we had like but to be fair, we had one routine that we would do every week. And I used to bang it and I was always in the front and I was so good.
Oh my God, let's do one.
So and do you remember Zumba when that was a thing?
Zumba.
Make Zumba great again. Like, what the hell happened to Zumba, man? That was so fun.
Zumba used to stress me out because I was like, why am I acting like I've got no rhythm? Like it would take me a minute to get into it. I was like, but I know I have rhythm. What's going on here? I know I have been like upsetting people back to back the last couple of weeks. Like the first week was because I said, why do Africans name naked Chelsea? And
were people offended?
Yeah, people called Chelsea who were Africans.
Oh, really? We've had a Chelsea on the podcast that's African.
Who?
Remember?
Oh yeah, the girls.
Yeah, the girls.
Yeah. Of course. Oh my God, yes. Chelsea, love it.
Chelsea,
yeah. And then last week I said Jaden, and people were like, "Hey, I got family called Jaden."
Oh, God.
Again, my apologies.
Who doesn't?
Exactly. I just want to add another thing to offend people. I don't think we need a bashment Pilates.
No, that doesn't really go hand in hand. It's not giving calm and spiritual.
I don't think we need Afrobeat Pilates.
No, we don't. We just need tranquil music.
I think some things can be left as they it can become a black thing because black people go to it. It doesn't have to become a black thing because vibes is thumping it up in there.
It's like when people add trap to everything. Like, do you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be.
It doesn't have to be trap.
It doesn't have to be somewhere that you exchange money for drugs.
Like,
it
doesn't have to be trap.
Mate, yeah, exactly. Like, I don't want to feel like, especially with more luxury things, like I don't want to feel like I'm going to the bando, thank you very much. I want to feel like I'm actually just going to the salon. I don't want to feel like I'm going to a trap house. Like that doesn't sell anything for me, but I don't know, I'm nearly 40 years old, so maybe I'm not the
Maybe
market.
it is me, but I think with Pilates, especially, I just don't know if we need bashment yoga.
I've never been Pilates before yet, but do you have music in Pilates or is it quiet? Because I just envision spa music.
Background music.
Right, exactly.
With reformer. Yeah. I don't, and because the movements don't require require much rhythm. Like you're just like doing something or whatever. I don't know if you need a bashment beat behind it.
No, I don't think you do.
Or an Afro house beat behind it. But hey, maybe I am a miserable girl.
Yeah.
So that is it.
Yeah, no.
My second shout out is to children and babies.
Oh, shout out them.
Shout out them. And it's the children and babies who only let you carry them. You know them babies when someone else reaches out and they give them some dirty look? That gets me going.
Couple wet wipes.
I was holding my friend's kid the other day and everybody else that tried to grab her, she just burst into tears. And it was like, that's my girl.
Yeah, that's it. You know,
I fucking love you.
Same.
Like anybody, do you know when their face just like,
yeah,
like
or when they're proper clinging onto you for dear life.
Like, I'm sorry, but she only lets me hold her.
But Anaya's like that with you.
She is like that with
because
me.
We came on Friday. And she would not let go, would she? She was proper sleeping on your chest.
Like, would not let go.
And then we went downstairs because I had to go change it. She was going, where auntie? Where auntie?
You see?
And she was outside going, auntie, because she points. And she goes, auntie. I was like, don't worry, we're going back to auntie. Chill. And then I was trying to take her. She was proper like, she wouldn't, she wouldn't let go.
The best is that moment she did that. I loved it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if your motherhood felt threatened. But I'm like, wow, she gave birth to you.
I was just like,
but you'd rather stay with me.
I was like, take her.
And she was so huggy and just on my chest and just did not want me to let go of her.
She was proper clinging on for dear life.
I love babies that just let you get cuddles off them.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, what do you mean your mum, the sight of your mum makes you sick?
You want to break from that woman.
Thank you for loving me and hating her. Like, I absolutely fucking love it. So hold tight those two people. Now I've got the niceties out of the way.
Oh, what's the fuck shit that's been happening?
Mr. Peter Andre. And Jafakin.
Mr. Mysterious Man. Not so mysterious man.
So there's a new film out. I don't know if you know. If you don't know, Mr. Peter Andre is an Australian pop star.
From the 90s.
From the 90s. He once sang a legendary song. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Mysterious girl, I want to get close to you.
Come on, feel your body. Come on, move your body.
Maybe this is where the Jamaican roots come from.
He actually
used Jamaican.
Fact, ever since he made that song, I actually think that he actually thinks he's got a connection to the Caribbean.
Yeah, I think so.
That's what it is.
I think so. So this is an Australian white man, just so we're clear. There is a film called Jafakin that's coming out where Peter Andre is the lead. And the lead includes Peter Andre going to Jamaica to be a fake Jamaican so he can kill some gangsters. Is that the plot? That is the plot. And you think, what's the problem with that? Hey, he didn't say he was a real Jamaican. Firstly, the dreadlock wig that he's wearing is so offensive.
What is he fucking doing?
Hey, the economy is bad. People are not saying no to work. Everybody's now remembering the need to work again. And I think that's where it's at. But why the fuck is that being made?
Why? What is that? Like, is it a serious thing? Is it a skit?
Film. I thought it was a film. It's an actual film that's getting made.
Yeah, I thought it was like some weird skit. I don't even know. I saw the pictures of him with the bad woolly dread wig, and it was like a screenshot, but of what I saw would look like a screenshot. But what is the reason?
Hey, a film that everybody can watch.
See, this is why. I won't say what I was going to say because I can't remember if it was said on air or not.
Oh, okay. Maybe don't say it on air. So, let's not get ourselves in trouble. Because, but it's just, Peter, be for real.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Like, I know the economy is tight. I get it. I get it. What, sir?
But you know what? Yeah, he. I'm not saying he's problematic because I'm not really tapped into him.
I don't subscribe to him, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't really know what he does. I mean, I see him on This Morning every now and then. Do you know what I mean? And doing the rounds of that sort of thing.
Do you know what my dream job would be, right? I'm not even joking. Do you know them correspondents on This Morning but then get to do a holiday?
Oh my God.
I'm here in Malta.
No, do you know
you can win £10,000.
Do you know who did that for the longest while?
So badly.
Oh my God, what is that lady? And I think now she is actually produces podcasts. Kate, and she won Big Brother. Kate Lawler, yeah. She used to do that for so long.
Now the person that does it
This
is
Morning.
The man that was has kids with Jade Goody.
Oh, Jeff Brazier.
Yeah. Him and his son were out. I want that job so desperately. Hi, I'm here in the Maltese of Malta.
But do you think they just do it once and then...
They go everywhere. They go everywhere in the world. Why do they have to be Malta to announce this competition?
Yeah, it's actually
I don't know. But I want in on it. No. I too want to be taken around the world with some cultural thing happening behind me. Why I announce to you guys how you can win £20,000.
Yeah.
If I could just do it one time, I'd be happy.
But I'm thinking with the development of AI, I don't think that's going to be a job for much longer.
Please let me just send
They're going to start superimposing those backgrounds.
And let me try an organic cultural activity whilst I announce a competition to win £20,000.
No, can you imagine if you thought you got that job and you go and you're like all excited with your suitcase and then they're like, green screen, drop a green screen and you're like, what the
if
fuck?
it's a green screen. Do you know what I actually
drop the green screen.
You are taking me a fucking holiday right now. I'm not even kidding with you.
Why have you got your passport?
I am going to tell everybody what the truth is. I will. Oh my God! Imagine, like, why have you got a suitcase packed? We didn't actually go anywhere.
Put the facts of 50 away, miss. You're not going anywhere. Do you know what I mean? Drop the green screen. Come on.
You don't need your passport.
Queuing Tolly in Malta. Take one.
And they just put scenic background. I would actually
because there's always
so
a kid. They're always on the beach and there's always a kid like doing the sandcastle in the background.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was a screen. I would be fuming if that was the truth.
Oh my God.
And I fucking hope it's not. That reminds me of the time that I was going to Edinburgh and I packed my passport.
Wait, hang on.
You don't need it.
On the train you don't?
No, I got on the plane.
Is it?
You just don't need it.
When we went to Glasgow, we didn't use our passports.
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
When I went to Edinburgh Fringe, I took my passport. There's like, no.
No, if I'm getting on a plane, I'm always taking my passport.
Oh, okay. And then I was like, I assumed they didn't take our money.
Oh, you thought they...
And they've got their own, but they also do
take
the
pound.
Yeah. That's why it's good to travel sometimes, just so you can see the world and know things are actually happening around you.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Especially
anybody that can make that happen for me, please. I want to do it.
Just give her one opportunity to just fly somewhere and announce.
One chance and just announce. I want the prize money to be 50k, not too much.
Yeah, exactly.
Not too little. And I just want to announce that, and that's it.
Yeah, I don't think that's that much to ask
that's
for.
not too much to ask for.
And
even I've got a British passport, I swear. Like, legit and everything. I can go wherever. Please, bring me in. So I would love to do that. But what was I talking about? Oh, Jamaica.
Yeah, Peter Andre.
Yeah.
I don't know what that man is playing at. And like you were saying, I get it. The pound is hard to come by these days. But but you know what, yeah? Speaking of him, he didn't actually really get that much flack for marrying his much younger wife.
How much younger was she?
I feel like she was quite a bit younger than him at the time, you know? Because I remember, like, they used to like talk about it on Loose Women quite a lot. And they used to be like, because she was studying to be a doctor. And, you know, like really young. She was studying to be a doctor. And then she kind of like gave up her medicine. I think she did go back into it. I might be mistaken. But at the time, it was like she put her medical career on hold to like marry Peter Andre. And he was definitely cleaning into his 30s. And I'm so sure she was like, early 20s. Yeah.
I mean, now it's okay.
Yeah, now
so
it is.
So he's 17 years older than her.
Yeah, but she was young.
Okay, cool.
But I just remember that because I was like a massive magazine hoarder. So I would always be reading up on these people back in the day. And like at the time, I feel like no one really blinked an eyelid. But I think it's because she was so far removed from Katie Price.
That everyone was
Do you know
like,
what I mean?
Yeah,
that it's almost like, oh, like he's cleaned up. Like, look, he's upgraded. He's done this. And then like people weren't paying attention to the age gap.
Their children together, Peter Andre and Katie Price, they are beautiful.
Yeah. But you know, they get onto the son. What's his name? Junior. Yeah, because he has a bit of a black scent. And he raps. Have you heard him talk?
No.
And anytime...
But how does he talk? What's the black scent?
He's like he talks like he's from Ends, basically.
Yeah, do it.
He's like, no, but you know what, yeah? Man was saying that like we're going like...
Why is that synonymous with blackness though? Is that not our issue?
But no, well... I'm just repeating what the people said.
Like, why is it synonymous with blackness?
People get onto him, but he's not from, I don't think he's from London. So even if you were like, that's a London accent.
Okay, fair.
So it's like, where did you get that accent from? Because I think people can be like, okay, that's a London accent. Because I often give people that grace. I'm like, sometimes people sound like that because they grew up in London. It's very much a London accent.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But I don't think that they grew up in London, and I think that they grew up in privilege, and people are like, why does he talk like that? I don't give a shit personally, but yeah, people get onto him. But yeah, they are gorgeous kids and Princess.
Yeah, like
Princess
really stunning looking, really, really gorgeous kids.
Yeah.
Just my last thought of the week that I wanted to bring onto the podcast. I think it's time for women dating men to start asking them to wait for them. So often, right? A girl will meet a guy and he's like, I'm not ready for a relationship. I'm just trying to work on this or work on this. And it's kind of like only men have things to work on. When is it ever going to be okay for a woman to meet a nice guy and be like, hey, I'm just trying to get my career in order. Wait for me.
Scarcity.
Why can't we ask men to wait for us?
No, but I just...
Like, yo, can you wait for me? I've got things to do.
I don't think we have that privilege.
It's that, which is what I don't understand. I love the idea of being like, hey, I think you're amazing. I think you're great. But I too, I'm trying to work on this thing. I too, I'm trying to secure this thing before I get a relationship. Wait for me.
Do you know what? Oftentimes, I don't think men are genuinely doing that. I think it's just the pretty way to package, I don't want to be with you. Do you know what I mean? Because if you're in this relationship with someone and you really, because my thing is always like, do you know what I don't agree with? If you love them, let them go. I think that that's fucking bullshit.
Hold on tight.
I think that is
let them
bullshit.
die in your arms.
I genuinely think that like love is very selfish. Do you know what I mean? Like I think that when you love someone so much, like you don't want to let them go. No, even if it is at a detriment of them, you're not really thinking about it in that way, like in a non-toxic way, obviously, because you love them. You don't want to lose them. You don't want to let them go. So I think that a guy saying that, I don't know that. I don't know, maybe it's a bit different because they're conditioned to believe that they have to have their shit together before they can.
But that's the thing, why are women allowed the idea that like, hey, okay, because ultimately, especially if you're going to sit it in the traditional way of being a wife and a mother, right? Well, wait for me. Like, because that is going to slow you down. So I want to do this, coach, and then, yeah, I guess because we're not told that a career is that important.
Exactly.
Like,
and also, they're not conditioned
to have to wait
for us. You know what I mean? We're conditioned to believe that like if a guy wants you, you make that happen straight away because you know you're operating from a place of scarcity. There's not that many good guys. Yeah. You better hang on to him whilst you can because for them they have way more options. Like even if that was the case and the guy truly was like, you know what? I feel like I can't be the best version of myself for you right now because I need to get my ducks in a row. I need to get my shit together. Even at best, he knows that he can meet someone just as awesome because there's just so many more amazing women. Do you know what I mean? Whereas we don't have that privilege because it is scarce out here in these streets. Do you know what I mean? So I think that women, and I think also women, like we juggle better. Like we make things work. Like I don't think that we pick or choose. I think we find a way to make it all work. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, I will have my career. I will still try and maintain this relationship and make it a priority. Whereas men like kind of work on one thing at a time, I think.
It's so ridiculous to me because you're like, oh, I've just got things going on with. Do you think you're the only one that works?
Yeah.
Like, so what? Like, you've got a job. You can still have a relationship. Oh, I'm just trying to fulfill my dreams. Okay, those things can work hand in hand. I've always been so confused by that. Like, are you the first to have a job?
And it's not like they're ever doing shit to the point where it's like, they're missing, because they find time for their friends. You'll see them on Instagram. You still have time for football. You still have time to go to the gym. You still have time for other things. But why is it when it comes to the relationship side of things, all of a sudden that's where you're willing to make sacrifice? But you're not slugging your guts. You're not MIA. You're not out. You're not, you haven't not had a haircut for 8 weeks and looking rough because you're in the lab doing whatever. So I don't really ever buy that.
It. Yeah, it's just, you just don't want to be with me.
Yeah, I think it's either that or sometimes they feel like, insecure next to a woman or intimidated by the woman. So they know that they can't meet this woman's standards, but instead of just acknowledging that and saying like, let's have a conversation about why I might feel inadequate next to you, they'd rather just run and then just blame it on this thing of like, oh, now's not a good time and blah, blah, blah. But there's no reason why you can't be like, listen, I know that you're here right now. I'm working towards this communication, but I don't think that they don't want to have those conversations.
I would love it for more women to just tell a guy, like, I'll just wait.
Yeah.
Like, I do like you. But
we know that they won't. Though.
Yeah, I've got some things I need to sort out. So
their egos are so mad.
If you could just wait for me until I figure that out, then we can do this thing. I think that's quite a cool thing that women should be allowed to do.
Yeah, we absolutely should. We should do it more. Do you know what I mean? Like, do you know what? Right now, I don't have the capacity to take on a relationship. But we won't do that. We would rather kill ourselves to make it work.
Then be like, hey, I can't actually...
to be like, because it's like, no, this is a good one. Especially if it is a good guy. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Because who's telling a good guy to wait? Like, listen, I'm ready. But
if it's good, he'll wait, innit? Coach, you need to have things to do. Wait for me, man.
No, but then there's the fear of knowing that he's such a good guy. Someone else is going to snap him up. Oh, it's not fair.
Gosh, they pit women against each other.
It's not fair at all.
Like, it actually ain't right.
It's because women are raised to all be good. That's why we're all good. Men are raised with an individualistic mindset, which is why there's not as many that have all the tangibles that women need. Do you know what I mean? They don't have all of the requirements that we need because they are taught that they can do things in their own time. Take your time Like the right woman will come to you. You can have children up until the age of 75. There's no rush. Like, they don't have the same sense of urgency that we have. Do you know what I mean? So they can just be frivolous. Whereas we're conditioned to be like good from the minute we come out of the birth canal. Like we're raised in a certain way. So we're just ready. And that's why I don't agree with that thing of women being more mature. Like we're not. We're just raised differently.
We're supposed to be more mature.
We're just raised to be more mature. Like
Yeah.
if you left like a boy child and a girl child in a field with no conditioning whatsoever, let's see if the girl child is more mature.
Well, apparently, so when they've done loads of things on kids, right? Again, maybe that's because how they are in their households. Like when they put, is it Secret Life of a 10-year-old? No, Secret Life of a
4-year-old
or whatever. Yeah, that whole series they do.
I love
the
that
girls
show.
naturally take more maternal roles.
Yeah,
you know?
they do.
It's so I'm like, wait, how much? Like as kids, they just naturally they play house. They start doing care. They start doing like from 4 years old. That's
I definitely
insane.
also think that there is some sort of a natural element. But again, I it's really hard because kids absorb so much.
From what they're seeing at home,
just
so you don't know
what
if
they're
it's
absorbing. Do you know what I mean?
examples,
And if when you're a child, you know that for the most part, your mum is your primary caretaker. So you emulate things. Like it's so insane. Like Anaya's 1.5, and the things that she copies, like she knows, like she'll go and like pick up a deodorant can and she knows what to do with it. She'll start going shh, shh. Do you know what I mean? Like
from
watching. So it's like when they're in those environments, when they're around other kids, I feel like they're just copying what they see at home.
Yeah.
And it's generally people are still in very traditional households. So the boys take on, the more quote unquote masculine forms of play and the girls take on more mothering forms of play. It's very interesting.
Bring that show back. I love
that.
That
was
show.
great. Why do they always get rid of good things?
If there was a show that I'll be like, yeah, put my kid on it because I just want to see.
I proper used to actually watch that. Like I used to look forward to Secret Life of 4-year-olds.
That show.
And even the ones...
It was fascinating.
What was the other show that kids say the funniest things and stuff like that? Like I love all of those shows, just anything involving kids. Like,
oh my God, speaking about kids and the industry and blah, blah, blah. If you watch... it's a documentary on Netflix. I think it's called something like Influencing or whatever.
I've seen it. I saw someone do a TikTok and talking about how mad it is, but I haven't actually watched it.
It is insane. So it's about, there's a YouTube, and I remember my niece used to love it as well. Like during lockdown, there's kind of kids' YouTube channels in it. And it's kind of like a bunch of kids. It was called The Squad. And they'll be making content. They'll be like making up stories like, I just pranked my friend and we just spent 10,000, like all of them kind of, them salacious YouTube things.
Yeah.
But what was going on in the background?
Oh, no. I don't have anything.
I'll be very, very honest. I'll be very, I don't like kids on the internet. Like I'm actually quite adamantly against it. And now I'm trying to go out of my way to actually not like content that includes kids. Because I think what it does is I think when parents first post a kid on the internet, it's well intentional. They think their kid is beautiful. They want to share it with the world. You have all these warm feelings, whatever. And then the parents that then start making money from these kids are like, wait, actually. And then suddenly the kids start working. And then they're getting treated in a funny way. And these kids were like, they'd have to shoot for 12 hours. They were getting like treated, re-assaulted in the background, like sexual abuse was in there somewhere. So I think there is a thing if we stop liking it, right, parents will stop seeing that they can't be successful with these kids. So they'll stop posting them. And I think that's what it has to be because they're like, I don't know, man. So many stories have come out where it's like, hey, these kids were having a good time. Hey, there was a woman recently, I can't remember what her name is, but she kind of, with her own kids, she abused them just to get them on YouTube channels and make them smile when they didn't want to. And some of these kids, because the internet's kind of been around for long enough now, and now older and coming out to be like, don't do this to your kids. And I understand that like my kid is beautiful. I want to share. They're so smart. I want to share this. But I think when people start liking it and engaging it with more, like all things, we're like, wait, this can be content.
Yeah.
And I think it should be worrying how much views kids things get.
And saves.
The saves people should be very, very worried about that. So there is, it says it in the kind of in that documentary, there is this website where you can start posting on it from when you're 13. It's like an OnlyFans
for kids,
but not
I've
like
heard about that.
seeded or whatever.
Yeah.
But you can only join it when you're 18 and above.
Oh my God, that's weird.
What's that saying?
So grown-ups looking at kids. Yeah, that's very weird. Yeah, that is very, very
and
weird.
a lot of these grown-ups have got fake accounts online where their profile is like their children.
Yeah.
But they're not.
Yeah, a lot of
Do you
these
know
things
how
are
mad
breeding
it is
sites
to
for
say that
pedophiles.
you can join at this age but you can only, like, you can start uploading content from, I think it's 13 or 12 or whatever, but you can only, like, subscribe to things when you're above 18.
Yeah, that's very, very that's very fucked up.
What are we selling here?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Like, it's actually incredibly scary. And then you have these young kids who are like, their parents, like, apparently one of these, they'll be like, all right, get into that pose, get into that mode. And the kid will be doing like quite like sexualized poses. And I'm just like, I don't know, man, this is a thing. Or maybe it's a topic I'm very, very interested in. So maybe that's why. And it's a topic that I did my dissertation on it, the sexualization of children. And I'm just like, if I was to redo that dissertation now, the amount of things I'll be able to add because of platforms that have been created would be insane.
Yeah. Yeah, so much has changed. Like, it's very weird. And even with like people that consume it, it's so sad because a lot of the time it will be innocent stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like,
a lot of the time it's kids watching kids.
It's kids watching kids. Like, even me, like, there are some like really funny kids videos that I've saved. So I'm like, I want to go back, and when I feel low, like, there's one video of this little girl and she's like put her mum's makeup on and she's like, I want to look like you, mummy, because you're so beautiful. So and it's just the cutest video and it just warms my heart, and I had that saved. So there's going to be like,
there's people
that are just saving because it's genuinely innocent, and, you know, but then there's going to be a subset of people that have got disgusting intentions, and unfortunately, like, you can't decipher what's for what. Do you know what I mean? But I feel like, yeah, something needs to be done. I'm always saying on this platform, I don't think that we protect children enough. I think that children have become just commodity.
It's a commodity now,
and it's very, very scary, like, the things that we allow, because there's so many, like, you know, there's things that are put in place to protect grown-ups. You know what I mean? There's things that are put in place to make sure that you're paying for shit and that you can't, do you know what I mean? You can't just order something and not pay. Yeah. So you can't tell me that there isn't a way to put a blocker on videos that contain, you know, underage people. Like, I'm just not convinced that there isn't more that we can do. I just think this, like, I don't know, maybe I'm getting in my conspiracy theorist bag, but just like, there isn't an urgency for it, because there isn't a desire for it.
Not that you can be outside of this, but outside of the, like, predators and things like that, there is also a conversation to be had about the labour of these children.
Yeah, that part.
Until we take influencing and content creation seriously, these kids are working. And there was like this woman that got, I can't remember, Ruby Frankie, that's her name. She got exposed of it. I think she might be doing jail time. There's like back end videos of her being, her kid is like, Mum, I don't want to film. I'm so tired. She's like, smile. Mum, like and it's just like, whoa, like, you're making them work, and I don't want to fucking do this. I don't have anything to smile about. And in this kind of documentary that it was called The Squad, they'll be doing pranks on these kids. These kids don't know they're pranks. So they're so emotional. There was a prank where one of them got arrested, and this kid is sobbing, like thinking that his friend got arrested. And it was, oh, it's a prank for video, and ha 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 ha. And it's like, these are children. Like, I don't like, because of content.
Yeah.
And I think because every time parents post their kids, they get gratification, people are liking it, and they're getting money, they're like, cool, we need to do more, we need to do more. And I'm like, hey, if we just don't interact with them anymore. And it's hard because people post the cutest videos on TikTok and all things like that. But I do think that kind of big fandy content things, give it a couple more years, there's going to be more of this thing where it's just like, this 100%. Is really bad. This is really bad.
Yeah, exactly. I totally agree. And I think for the protection of children, which should always be paramount, I think even for those pockets of joy that we get, that children give us, it's not worth it at the detriment, because we can't decipher what's good and what's bad. So for me, it would just be a blanket no across the board, because that would just mean, if it means the safety of children, then it means the safety of children. We're all, you know, don't have negative intentions at all when it comes to kids, but I can forego that for the sake of, like, the safety of a child at the end of the day. Like, I don't need to have a child make me laugh, you know, if it means that another child isn't going to be protective or they're not going to be safe. But yeah, it's just, unfortunately, there's always people that are going to take it too far and then just ruin it for everybody else. But I think it's definitely the instant gratification. Like, there is something about all of those flutters of lights coming.
Yeah,
and there is, like,
of course,
there's a pride in that. Do you know what I mean? Like, as a parent, when, you know, people are telling you your kid is cute, there is definitely like an innate pride that comes from that. So I can imagine that must feel like on steroids when you're getting it in the thousands, in the hundreds. You know what I mean? It's nice when a stranger does it on the street and it's like one compliment a day, let alone thousands of people. And on top of it, you're making money. Like, and we're living in hard times. People are desperate. People, and, you know, and I feel like some of those parents, they convince themselves that they're doing it for the children's future. Like, you're going to have money for college. You're going to have money for your first car. But is that all of that stuff really worth it if your child is essentially being abused in a toxic environment? Like, it's it's not.
Yeah, and the Ruby Frankers of the world, I don't think they wake up wanting to be abusive to their kids.
Mm.
The money
It
and the
just-
attention just kind of goes to their head, and it's just like, yo, we need to keep making content and creating stuff. But I just that documentary is very, very, it's very, very interesting, and also it's very interesting in the way of the like unknowingly the amount of times parents put their kids in harm's way for money.
Yeah. And do you know what it is as well with kids? Is because there is a short window of which they're children. So I feel like people are trying to like bang it out as much as possible. Because when they get to, there's a particular age that they get to, even with child stars, they talk about it all the time. They got to a certain age where they're awkward or they don't want to do it anymore, or they've lost their looks, or they've got acne, or they're not that cute. They've got braces now. Their voices are breaking. And so it's like, we've got to get to this money whilst you're cute and innocent.
God.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh
And it sounds so sick, but people are proper, they proper think that way. And in their minds, they validate it they reconcile with it by being like, this is going to help your future. You're going to have money for this. And I get it, but not at the detriment in the mental health of our children. That same woman that I was talking about, that Erica Corsiman or whatever, and I was talking about, she was on Stephen Bartlett's podcast. Yeah. She was saying that the mental health crisis with children is through the roof. Like 50 years ago, this was not a thing. And obviously, times have changed and we've got social media. But she says that the numbers of children that are coming, that are needing to see therapists, that are having all of these psychological issues, it's just insane. And there's just so many things that like, it's running ahead of its time. Do you know what I mean? So we don't even have the studies. We don't have the information.
Yeah, we're catching up.
We're catching up with, we're playing catch up. So it's just all very mad. So
I want to go back to uni so badly.
It's mad.
Fucking expensive though.
Oh yeah, you always say you want to get your master's.
I want to get a master's, but it's so expensive. Anytime I see the money, I'm like, holidays, shoe bag. Yeah. And hey, priorities. Or you could just prioritize this thing. But also timing as well. Like it's gonna
sitting down and studying, that's very hard.
Do you know how hard it is to read academic books?
Oh my God.
Oh my God. They just be putting words that are just not necessary. Speak to me. But I do think there is a need for academics who don't speak, who are more approachable and more. Because I think academia does this thing purposely where it uses words to isolate groups of people. I think you can get your point across without using certain languages.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
You can get your point across without trying to make it isolating to people who might not know. So I do think my niche should be an academic who knows the people, who doesn't use fancy words because, hey, she can just about pronounce it. But then the methodology is given better and more people can take it because it's not isolating in its use of language or where it is or things like that, or even the accent the person speaks in.
Because some of those studies sound like they've been written through a thesaurus.
No, literally,
it's
who
just
talks
like,
like this? Who actually talks
no
like
one
this?
uses these words, and I get the need to keep words alive because, but damn, like you could have just thrown a regular and in there.
Bruv.
You could have just thrown a regular word in there.
You can tell when someone's trying to meet a word count. You don't need to do all of that. Like, please, give it a break. Give it an actual 100%. Break. Oh my gosh, I don't know about you, but is your timeline full of Chinese vendors and manufacturers saying that they're making...
Yes.
Backstory.
Yes.
So Trump, the president of America, is currently putting some tariffs. And apparently he paused the tariffs for most of the world apart from China. And the tariffs is it that like whatever they import to the country is a lot more expensive?
Yeah. So ordinarily it was 10, I think it was 10%. And now he's risen it up to 100%.
Yeah, so he's risen up this tariff. And I think what he's trying to do apparently is make people buy American. Even though I don't think there's not enough labor in America.
And not enough stuff
to
is
allow
produced
things
over
to be
there.
made there for it to be like buy American, but it's trying to do more buy American. So if less things are brought into the country, you have no choice but to buy America. Again, these things are going to be more expensive because there's no much. But anyway, that's a different story.
I'm so sorry. What happened to Made in Taiwan?
Everything was made in Taiwan.
What happened to that? Do you remember? Everything used to be made in Taiwan.
I bet there's a really deep thing that we don't know about.
I bet.
Did China just take over?
It sounds
in a
like
way of they could get more laborers.
Maybe because they've got a lot more people.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, but that is an absolutely valid point. Yeah. So anyway, the tariffs are up or whatever, and so he just hasn't excluded. He's given it to China, and China very much like, hey, we actually don't give a shit because
literally
you're the one that's going to be losing out, right? In the sense of they're like, say, I saw some video where this man was like, "Hi, I'm Chinese. nothing in my house is made in America. Hi, you're American. How many things in your house is made in China? And I was like, oh my God.
No, they're absolutely
but
eating them
also
up.
fair. And I think there was an interview where someone was like, but you know, and the Chinese person, I think it was the president of the Chinese spokesperson was like, we don't care.
We don't care.
Like, we actually don't care.
The video started off with him being like, we don't care about Americans.
So it's really interesting. But anyway, what's come out from that is that like a lot of Chinese manufacturers in China are saying that, hey, we make this designer, we make this, we make that. And people are lapping it up. People are like, hey, just let you know, the same factories that make Hermes make this and do that, all of that. And what I find the most fascinating about all of it, that people forget that propaganda works both ways.
Absolutely.
These people are lying to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
They are not the ones that make Hermes. They're not. They're not. Maybe they make the Hermes really good fakes, but they like propaganda works both ways. They're seeing that, hey, this can actually work for our benefit. And what is, I think the social conversation out of this is that how people want to so desperately feel among. That is actually all I'm getting out of it.
Or they want to have a got you moment.
They want to feel like, you see, we told you that
it was all the same.
We're all made in the same manufacturer. My fake, this is the same as yours. And it's not. And I want to like, you do not have to be able to, like, it's okay if you don't have a £450 Loewe vest top.
Exactly.
Many people shouldn't be spending £450 on a vest top, right? Like, it's okay that you don't have this designer thing. Like, you are not weird because you can't afford it. The normal people, most people cannot afford it. It's really weird. I think because luxury, as the idea of luxury is now so widespread, and social media has done a great job in making everything feel achievable, right? Before, when you saw Beyonce wear something, the magazine will show you the H&M version of it that you can buy. It will show you the high street. Yeah. It will be like style match. Style
bring
match.
that back.
And it will be this thing that Beyonce's wearing, and here's where you can buy it on the high street.
Make style editing great again, man. What happened to the style editors used to get to work?
But now people feel like they have to have the exact same thing, and you don't. The comment that is such a lie. Oh yeah, you see, my fake is just as good because it wasn't made in the same factory. Honey, it wasn't.
They're lying to you.
Honey, like, propaganda works both ways. It benefits them for you to believe that Louis Vuitton is made in this factory and you can buy Louis Vuitton for £8. It is not costing Louis Vuitton £8 to make it. And I know you want to be like to the rich, which is, we got you. You're just buying the label.
You spent 5,000, I spent 5.
Yes, there is a markup. Of course, we're not saying there's not a markup, but it's not made in that factory. I can't exaggerate that to you enough. It's not. Like,
exactly.
It's just not.
And the idea of these manufacturers and stuff, because it is the propaganda in the sense of like, oh, well, before the tariffs, like, we couldn't talk about it. But now that this is happening, we're spilling all the secrets. You know, like, you even see it on socials with those people that, and I don't even know where the fuck that started. It will be like, oh, McDonald's taxed me, so here's the recipe to, to the mayo. And it's just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, what? And it's giving the same sort of thing. Like, but it's not,
Do you know how strong
not true.
NDAs are?
Exactly.
Like, I have worked on the most things that they're like, can you sign this NDA? But nobody wants to know this.
Exactly. Like, this is not the tea you think it's giving.
Nobody wants to give you a peach cobbler, mum. Nobody gives a shit. Why are you making this is so uncool. I don't even want to talk about it. Don't worry. It's safe with me.
After I get my check, I will never talk about this ever again. I promise.
If we say something dumb, like, I don't know, Always is releasing new deodorant. Well, no shit, Sherlock.
Think.
Or tampons are being made tampons. Well, duh. And they'll say, oh, NDA. And like, sure. So if those things that nobody wants the recipe to their peach cobbler are giving you NDAs, do you think the manufacturer of Hermes that might be based in Hermes will be allowed to speak and say it's on them? Do you think they will want to lose that business?
Exactly. And it's just almost giving like that thing of banking on people's silence. Do you know what I mean? They know that these high-end designer labels, these luxury fashion houses are not going to put out a fashion statement arguing with people on TikTok. It's just not going to happen. Yeah. They're going to keep the mystique and they're going to keep it pushing, and it's very much still going to be a if you know, you know kind of thing. Like, there's no world in which they're going to start squabbling online. Like, at Dior 100 is going to be fighting with like some random manufacturer in China being like, no, actually, it's not the social media soap opera that you think it is.
Foaming at the mouth to make themselves feel legit with their fakes. Like, and I'm not someone who, I don't like the idea of fakes, more because of what it says about me, and not that it says that I can't afford something, but like, I'm willing to perform a life that I don't have. If I can't afford it yet, I can't afford it yet. I will buy whatever it is that I can afford.
Yeah.
A Zara dupe, let's fucking go.
Yeah, exactly.
Something like as in whatever, but I don't see the point on buying a fake. I think there is something in that you don't know the behind the scenes of how that's being made, blah, 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 blah. We don't know any of that and all of that kind of stuff. But it's not true. Like even when you see it with smaller thingies where like people, let's say, copy a Kai Collective top or whatever, and people are just, buy it and you see the difference.
Yeah, you will see. Like in them things
there
there,
is
you
always
proper
a difference.
See, like it's really quite bad. Like the quality. Like the first time I wore Kai, this isn't even an ad. I was like, the thickness of this vest top. The thickness, the quality is just different. Yeah. And that I don't mind paying extra because I'm actually paying for quality.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? So that's the thing. It's definitely a quality versus like, I just want to have this label. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
But, mate, yeah, people are crazy. And just even off the back of the whole tariff thing, sometimes I can't remember. Everything we've already recorded is already out, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so I would have said it. So do you remember when I was talking about that woman who was doing up MAGA, and then her son got arrested and now she was saying, help free my son or whatever. It's the same sort of thing with people with small businesses that didn't think that they were going to be affected by these tariffs. So now you've got all these like people that voted Conservative and now they're, was it Republican?
Trump, voted
Republican.
Trump.
And now they're coming pleading with people talking about like, oh my God, my business is going to close in 6 months with these tariffs. I'm not going to last 6 months, blah, blah, blah. But they had voted for him. But you didn't think that his policies were going to impact you because you were just paying attention to the rhetoric.
Yeah, because they hated the blacks and the trans so much. You're like, get that out of here.
You were just punching down on the little guy or the black guy or the brown guy or the guy that was you felt was so far removed from who you are. You thought you were going to be safe. You thought that, you know, your privilege was going to protect you. And now here you are begging online, talking about your business. Like, it's just so embarrassing. It's just the backpedaling that people are doing is insane. But you know, this is what people voted for at the end of the day.
I think the designer thing is really bothering me. So I was like, it's okay that you don't have to wear design. Like you don't.
But it's mad because now people are proper being like, well, it's so embarrassing because when it all comes out, people are speaking out against it. But when it all comes to light that no, actually, this is all cap. Do you have to delete your videos where you were like, well, my bag was fake. Like, look, my bag was fake and it's the same as this. Like, blah, blah, blah. Like, what are you going to do? You're going to archive those videos?
And I don't know what they're trying to get from the girls who are spending this money.
Like, it's a got you moment to be like, you're the mug because you spent 5,000 on this thing. I spent 500 and we've got the same thing.
But you're still also a mug because why are you trying to imitate this thing? Why? If you don't rate designer, why are you buying a fake fake designer? And not even like you're not buying a version of the style being remade by a high street brand.
Yeah.
You're buying the actual
with the
fake of the logo. So that means you care about this thing as well. Like I'm just so confused by it. Like what is the gotcha? Like what's the gotcha?
It's because people feel like they've duped people into believing that like there's two people. One is head to toe in real designer stuff. One is head to toe in fake designer. But maybe they look good or they present it well to a point where no one can tell. So they feel like, well, you can't tell. You can't tell. Do you know what I mean? So it's like they're like almost being like, well, actually, I'm telling you that mine is fake. But haha, you didn't know. You didn't know. You looked at me and you assumed, but I didn't spend all that money.
That's okay. Then that means you're okay with knowing yours is fake. Why are you now trying to prove? But it's made in the same factory.
Yeah. Because they know deep down inherently they feel ashamed about it.
If you're not ashamed about this, mine's fake.
Because I just wouldn't say a word. Like, because once all of this blows over and now you've made your videos, like I just wouldn't say anything.
I think there are certain people that if they were fake, I would never know because of how they present and package everything else.
Exactly.
So because they're just well packaged all together, I would always assume, of course it's real.
But those are the people that are doing the talking because ordinarily no one questioned them. Do you know what I mean? But it's like they feel like they've won because they're hearing this stuff about the same factory. That I think that's
just
the big,
not true.
They feel like that's the big win. They feel like the thing that they were made to believe is a cheap piece of tat isn't. The thing that was made to be like amplified and glorified is the same.
I want critical thinking, long form reading. Do you know what I really want back as well? Research.
And I just want individualisal to come back. It's actually okay.
Like I would love for you. We have become our parents. We see something online and suddenly it's so very true. There is nothing wrong with just being like, hey, let me read into this a bit more. Maybe this is not true. Like, it works. Propaganda works both ways. Like that's all it is to it.
Yeah.
The same way it also benefits people to lie to you that there's things, so then they can get and the internet is quick. Like I'm seeing some videos of someone saying, "Hey, we manufacture this," that are getting like hundreds of thousands of likes.
And all you've got to say is a few right things. You can be saying 99 wrong things, but you say one thing that sounds legit. So with the Hermes one, I saw the guy, the manufacturer, and that video has gone viral where he's saying that they make the Birkin and he's talking about threads and he's talking about finishes and blah, blah, blah. When people hear certain things, they just feel more inclined to believe that sounds legit. Do you know what I mean? Because he's saying that, some parts are made in France, but then the finishings are made here and blah, blah, blah. And trying to make it sound like it's a collaboration with France.
I can believe that China makes really good fakes.
Yeah, 100%.
I believe that they make extraordinary fakes.
But now on my timeline, because of all of this conversation, it's just bare people on live selling bare fakes.
Oh, really?
And they're proper pushing it. They're proper but I rate those people that have not the fake ones, but the people that are selling their businesses on, they really treat it like QVC.
I really rate the people that are even
saying,
those
people.
I think if you can get people to believe shit, we make it and people buy it from you, get your business. Eventually, get your money. If people are going to believe propaganda, cool. If you're not going to be dim enough to believe that we make this, run that and get your money. Like, it is what it is. No,
people just really want to believe that they have got.
That they want just people that feel among.
Yeah, they
really want to be like, see, I'm right to not spend that money because it was made in the same place anyway. It's okay. Like I can't it's not normal. I feel like before when we used to see celebrities and rich people, we didn't work magazines or so far-fetched. But because I can open Instagram now and see someone my age on a private jet. Do you know how not normal
it's not normal at all. Like I'm still.
That is your hill. All she's always like, we cannot make private jets.
That's my thing. The private jet thing is not normal because I'm still gassed over the fact that I went business not that long ago.
That one time.
I will talk about it till the next time I go on to business. Thank you very much, because that was to me the epitome of luxury in terms of my travel experience. Do you know what I mean? So the fact that we bypassed first business, premium economy,
people skip that
extra leg room. Okay, even getting a front row seat.
They skipped that one.
We skipped that and we've gone straight to private. Like private jet is not a normal thing. It's not even a normal thing for some of our celebrities here in the UK that we've grown up with. Do you know what I mean? Like old Uncle Peter Andre. Do you know what I mean? I'm sure he doesn't fly private everywhere he goes. It's not normal. Like it's not normal. So when you're seeing people in their 20s and 30s doing it like it's normal, it is not.
It's not
I
normal.
need us to just come back down to reality, quite literally. Let's come back down to reality. Everybody cut your cloth according to your size.
That part.
And realize that we're seeing things that are making us feel like we need to emulate it.
And we're not doing enough.
And we're not. Because the people that are doing it, I don't know how they're coming about these things, but if you're having to take out credit cards and pay for things on Klarna just to have a taste of luxury that you don't need. You don't need luxury. No one ever died from not having designer clothes. No one ever died from not having a designer bag. You can absolutely still be stylish and fly head to toe high street. In fact, I think that if you can look stylish head to toe, like that, to me, you're a real fashionista. If you can do it on a budget. I like to save my coins personally. Do you know what I mean? And there's also nothing wrong with working towards things.
Yeah.
I was much older when I started being able to afford designer things. It's only now that I can comfortably afford designer things. That was not how I came up, and it's been an aspiration. It's something that I've worked towards.
Yeah.
And still only accessories.
I can't.
By the way,
I'll be very honest. There's one thing I don't really believe in, and that's designer clothing.
Yeah.
I'll be very honest with you guys. I can buy a designer bag, designer shit, the actual clothing.
I tried
because
didn't
so
I?
often
I messaged
you look
Lily.
at the materials and it's like
I couldn't do it.
It's what's that polystyrene?
Polyester. Poly and ester.
You're telling me polyester is £400? Get out of my face. People are selling you things that are not silk or cotton and they're putting stupid price on it. I don't believe in it. I'm so sorry. I don't believe in that at all.
My birthday just passed and I was like, do you know what? I'm going to treat myself to a nice, expensive outfit. Because I always shop high street. I just do. So I was in Central and I sent Tolly a voice and I was like, I can't do it. I was like, I can't do it. I said, I'm in Selfridges. And I said, no, I actually said to you verbatim, I was like, I've cracked the code about why I can't part with my money when it comes to very expensive pieces of clothing.
Yeah.
Because my style is very simple. So nothing I'm wearing is ever going to not be mistaken for Zara or something more high street. So I'm not going to go spend £400 on a linen dress when I can get the £45 Zara alternative for people to just be like, is that just from Zara? Do you know what I mean? So I don't like experiment with fashion enough to justify having niche pieces and spending that much. Or if I do want a niche piece, then I'll spend a bit more. But for something just simple and basic, it just doesn't make sense for me to go and spend £500 on something when, you know, I'm going to treat that like precious gold dust when really, you know, I should be wearing it all the time. Do you know what I mean? So it's very tricky. But I just want people to understand it's okay to aspire to things and do
the people
things
that can do it, do it. Be fly girls.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, if you can do it, do it. But it's just like trying to kill yourself doing it and then buying fakes and trying to convince yourself it's okay that you bought that fake. It's just all a bit tapped to me. And the most annoying thing about buying expensive clothes is that now everything cannot enter washing machine again. And everything is dry cleaning.
Yeah, that part. People don't think about the aftercare of these luxuries.
The amount of things that I have I have to take it to dry cleaners. And I'm like, upon spending more money on the item of clothing, you have to spend more money to actually keep it clean because you cannot put it in the washing machine.
My designer shoe, I actually forgot the name of the brand because literally I just wanted a pair of black belly there heels, and Office used to do a really good pair, but they were a dupe of the designer pair that I've got. I can't even bloody remember the name, right?
No, don't Giuseppe's.
Oh, not Giuseppe's. Oh my God, what the fuck? No, it's not Renee's. Oh my God, I sound like such an arsehole. I actually can't remember what they're called.
Carry on listening. Carry on.
I can't remember.
Really get to the people.
It's really annoying me because what the fuck are those shoes?
And then what ones you mean?
Giovanna Rossi's.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it.
And so I had them from Office for time, the perfect dupe, the perfect belly there black sandal, but then they discontinued them in Office. Yeah. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to go buy the designer one because I actually used to wear those shoes frequently. They go with everything. The perfect belly there. So I went and bought this shoe. Cost me £720 for a barely there black suede shoe. Cool, whatever. I parted with the money because I know I'm going to wear them a lot.
Yeah.
I didn't even have these shoes a year. Bearing in mind they're high heels, so I'm not wearing, this is not an everyday shoe. The heel broke, right? So I took them back to the store, right? Thinking that this is expensive. They're going to run me another shoe. Like it's not even going to be up for debate. They're telling me that, they have to keep the shoe and they have to send it back to the factory in Italy to repair it. And that's going to cost me £150.
Yeah, they're nasty though. Because most places will just take it from you and repair it.
Of course.
Yeah.
And I still had the receipt. I had the receipt.
Nasty about it, yeah.
So I was like,
yeah, sure, cool.
What? So I was like, what do you mean I've spent this much on a shoe and this is like, you know, we've had a situation and I've got to pay an extra £150. Obviously, I took it to my shoe repair person and they fixed it for £15. But that's neither here nor there. The point is that like having these things, maintaining them is also expensive. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like getting a BBL, isn't it?
Tell me how.
Because you don't just get the BBL and walk away with a fat ass and a small waist. You have to get the massages. You have to maintain. You still have to go to the gym. It's not that like it doesn't solve all your problems. It's not a one-stop fix.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Every time I complain about having to go to the gym, my friends always like, get a BBL, man. You're not special. Like it's like all your age mates have got BBL. I'm like, why are you doing it the hard way? Like you're not special. Just go do your BBL and do what it is that you want to do. But I do not want to BBL, just so we're clear.
No,
like I cannot imagine that.
Me either. I don't even know.
I've actually never even considered it. Even in my worst of body issues thoughts, I've never actually thought, let me go get a BBL
I've thought about it, but I've never like taken any steps to actually making it happen.
Right, okay, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I've not had no
consultation.
I haven't even Googled, you know, where would I go for a BBL? I've never done any of that. But as the thought crossed my mind, like, I wouldn't mind like a little nip and tuck here or there. But nah, I wouldn't actually ever do it. I'm even scared to do anything to my face.
Yeah, that part. Like even Botox, I'm like, or anything like that, let alone an actual BBL.
To do something to my face. But you never know. I might change my mind.
We shall see what happens. What else is happening in the world? What's going on?
What else is actually happening in the world?
I actually don't know.
Oh, you don't watch Celebrity Big Brother, do you?
Well, you can talk to me about it.
Oh no, it's so funny because it's my timeline at the moment is filled up with Tiffany Pollard because she's in London.
Yeah.
She's in London.
Oh my God, can we get Tiffany on?
She's in London.
It's so bad because sometimes I'll just wake up and be like, hey, can we work on getting Will Smith on?
You know, literally.
And the thing is, I'll just type it and I'll say something normal. Hey, can we please just work on
putting in the air.
The Queen on, please? Like, I'll just say whatever. Like, let's just see what happens, innit?
Tiffany Pollard,
what happens if you try?
She's in London. Like,
I was at the gym and she was on Good Morning or This Morning, whatever, and they were like interviewing her. And like, I think she's a legend.
No, she really, really is. And so
is she going back on the show?
I don't know if she's going to make an appearance, but she's been on like Big Brother Live and stuff, like doing a lot of that. So obviously everyone's talking about her classic read of when she read Gemma Collins down and called her blah, blah, blah. But it's just so bloody hilarious. But no, so Celebrity Big Brother, there's a girl in there called Ella and she's from Towie. So you won't know who she is because she's like new Towie.
Okay.
And she's a lovely girl, whatever. She was actually going out with Dan Edgar. Yeah, she managed to, after the breakup with Amber, he was seeing her, but it was all very...
Yeah, because Dan Edgar.
The good-looking one with the good hair, dark hair, Dan, and he went out with his of Kate.
Yeah.
Well, she's Ferdinand now. So they were good, but that was just a very hot mess of a relationship.
Yo, her and Vio are bossy with it.
Yeah, she is really everywhere with him.
The other day, and they both walked in, and I said, yeah, that's what I'm fucking talking about.
They
always look so good together.
Always by his side. Yeah. She really glowed up. Like a lot of the Towie girls.
No, they look that. Do you know what? If I'm a Towie girl, the fucking pinnacle is marrying Rio Ferdinand.
Oh my God, yeah, that's goals.
What?
Because he's retired, so he's got time for you. He's not on the road all the time.
He loves
He's
her.
a legend. He's got all that money. They've got those cute kids.
Yeah.
Family. Yeah, I really like Kate, actually. Like, she seems like really nice. Like, her podcast comes up on my timeline quite a bit. So Ella was with Dan Edgar and she's in the house, and so there's another guy called Chris Hughes. So he was on Love Island.
I know that. I know.
Yeah, you know Chris. Yeah. And
the Chris was like, should I back to lighten the mood?
Yeah, him. Yeah. And funnily enough, he broke the rules. He was talking about nominations, so they put him in a bin and made him write a rap to apologize to the house. I thought that was funny. But Ella is like, she's itching. And this is my personal take. She hasn't said this, by the way. This is just my observations of the show. And it just made me think about people that just cannot fathom when someone who they don't deem to be the preference is garnering the attention of someone that they feel entitled to.
Right, okay.
So Jojo C was in the house. So she's, that child star.
Yeah.
She's not really a child performer, whatever she is.
She's still in there?
Yeah, she's still in there.
Okay.
And I honestly, when I heard she was going in, thought she was going to be so annoying, but she actually isn't. She's very cool people.
Yeah, because it will be weird for her to be like, hi guys,
but she's not. I thought she was going to be like that. I'm not going to lie.
She's not
some of them can be like that.
Yeah.
But she's not. She seems very well balanced, well-rounded person. But her and Chris are very close and it is killing Ella.
Oh, because she thought it should be her.
I think she just thought she would walk in and have a romance, have a showmance with him, and he just doesn't pay her any mind. And Jojo was a proud out lesbian woman. Do you know what I mean? She's in a relationship and all the rest of it. So their friendship clearly is, to me, it gives platonic. I mean, sometimes they get up close and personal, but hey, everyone's got boundaries, their own boundaries. But she's just bothered. Like, when someone is so bothered, and I was just like, sis, and actually it made sense because she kind of gives that on Towie as well. And it's just like some people are just incapable of being in space and just being friends of guys. Like, not every environment that you go into and there's someone there that's around the same age, that's, you're sort of level pegging looks-wise means that you're going to have a flirt. It's not always going to be a flirt.
But it's always going to, that's their game plan, isn't it? Their thing is that they're going to get someone that likes them and they're going to be fine with it. And that's what it's always. And if that's all you have, that's kind of all you have, you know?
But it's like, it's twofold because I definitely think it's like the showman's thing, but I also think it's just her personality to just feel like, I don't know how to be around men and just be their mate. Like, if they don't fancy me, I don't know what I'm doing. But like, how do I operate? It's like she's itching. And she's trying to like come up with all of these, like, I don't know, it's such a reach about their friendship. And it just bothers her because in her mind, she's thinking, I'm the hot blonde one.
I should be getting it.
I should be getting it. Do you know what I mean? Like, do
you know what you said reminded me? There was, I think it was in Australia. It was Australian Big Brother, but it wasn't famous people. And there was this woman who is, I think she was ages ago. She was one of the first gay people to go on Australian Big Brother. And she was like, people loved her. Like, she had a girlfriend that she loved. The girlfriend watched her go in, whatever. Anyway, cut the long story short, she ends up falling in love with a guy on there, on the actual show. And then she cheats on her boyfriend live, on her girlfriend live in the Big Brother with this guy.
She did not stand on business.
And she came out and the visual she faced of like it is like, there's a whole podcast about it. It's actually really interesting. The people were so disappointed in her. And obviously, there's people being disappointed in her, but then she had to go face the girlfriend.
Was it people from the LGBTQ community that were upset?
Because they're like, how dare you do that? But also, imagine watching your partner cheat. Because the girl was like, the girlfriend was like, she'd watch the show and be like, oh, they're getting close. Well, hey, my girlfriend's a lesbian. I don't care. Like, it doesn't mean anything. And then apparently and then there was a point that she was like, oh, this feels a bit disrespectful, so she stopped watching it. And then the episode where they kissed, people called her to be like, oh, they've kissed. Imagine this girl was doing the whole campaign. She was all looking after her social media. You've now gone in there.
I would start writing the maddest things.
Oh my, imagine watching your partner
Nah.
cheat on you on television.
Exactly. You can't even go in there and drag them out.
Your whole friendship group knows that your partner's on Big Brother and now they are cheating on you.
Because you just expect them to go in there and handle business.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it's that whole thing of like, if she was one of the first like lesbian people to go on TV, lesbian women to go on TV, it's like you're not just letting me down, you're kind of letting everybody down. Do you know what I mean? Because it's just like, you went in there and you fell for a man?
Just as long as a good looking man is there, you can be turned or something like that. It was, she was like, it was insane. And honestly, I would ask her to say, let me in the house. I'm like, just let me talk to him.
Please do some sort of task. And
you
know that they can do.
Let me just
you can do that.
Yeah.
You know, the family and friends one, you know.
That's my favourite thing when family and friends go and they're like, he doesn't like you.
Yeah, that woman's
watch
mum was
out
like,
for him.
He doesn't love you, babe. He don't love you. He don't love you. Oh, who was that? It was someone's mum and they were talking about Lee Ryan. Oh my God, sorry, complete U-turn, but sort of like in the same thing. I saw this video of Brian Harvey from E17.
Doing what?
Going off.
About what?
About E17. But I don't actually know. I just saw him like rambling, talking about how was he talking about Tony Mortimer? He was talking about all of them, right? So back in the day, there used to be this boy band called E17. E17 is the poster code for Walthamstow Bop Bop, right?
When did you live there?
Never. But the only connection I have to Walthamstow is that it was my stomping ground.
Oh,
so,
yeah. Is that where you got your numbers?
That's where I used to get my numbers, my hair.
You're
my
lying.
hair products. Because I lived in Woodford. I grew up in Woodford. So around there wasn't many.
Is Ilford not closer?
Closer in distance, but easier to get to now.
Okay.
So Walthamstow is actually easier to get to because I could just get one bus straight to the market.
Okay, fair.
Ilford was closer, but I'd have to get 2 buses.
Okay, fair.
Do you know what I mean? So Walthamstow used to be my old stomping grounds, right? And so that's just some back history on E17. So bop, right?
Yeah.
And they were popping like back in the day. They had a couple of number one hits. They were a
What's
good
their
band.
song of theirs that I should know?
Stay now, baby,
so.
if you got to go away. Don't think I can take the pain. Anyway, it was a Christmas song, yeah. I just saw Brian Harvey going the fuck off yesterday on TikTok.
What, he hated everybody?
Saying he hates everybody. He hated everything about the time. He said he wanted to fucking sing R&B.
Oh.
And they had him singing that pop shit.
Oh.
That's what he said. But I need to go back and do some digging as to what started this. No.
Okay.
No, he's not. But he's...
Not that...
No, I want to say, has he aged? I don't know. I need to see what the other bandmates look like before I can tell. I don't think he has though, has he? No. But yeah, he was going off. So I really want to know, like, why he's so mad at them. But you don't see Five behaving like this. Five have reunited and they're,
but
going
also
on tour
like,
and
is there
stuff.
reuniting because we ain't got no money, so we need to reunite?
Yeah, definitely.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. But
who would you love to see come together do a tour outside of Destiny's Child?
I would actually, this is what I would want, right? I would want them to reinstate the Smash Hits Awards and just everything about Smash Hits, right?
Oh, okay.
Because that was my era in the 90s. There was this magazine called Smash Hits and it was all about pop music. And, the most popping bands would be on the cover. And then to coincide with the magazine, there was an award show called Smash Hits Awards. And it was so good. And everybody would come and perform. So you'd have your E17s, you'd have your Boyzones, your Westlifes, your whoever was popping at the time. So I would love them to bring that back and just have one big tour. I'm sure everybody is just very tired and the moves wouldn't be as prominent and there wouldn't be backflips and stuff. But for the nostalgia of it all, I would want to see that.
Okay.
As a whole.
Oh,
do you know
whilst
what I mean?
we're on that, Genuine, stop it.
He keeps falling.
Stop jumping, man. Listen, you can just sit down on a bench and sing your song. Stop trying to dance and give a performance. You're not, it's not. And it's okay. Like we're happy just to watch you sing.
You've got classics, you've got bangers. You don't need, but now I start, because every time I see him, he's falling. So I think it's not, I think it's an act,
Do you think?
Yeah, I think it's a publicity stunt. Because what do you mean you're falling at every show?
Why do you keep falling down?
This is why Tyrese is always mad at you.
Oh, that's
Do you remember when they tried to be in that group together?
TGT. Tyrese was angry at them people. It was Genuine and Tyrese, TGT, and he was fuming. Oh my God, it was so funny. I remember there was a time they did a show in London and I really wanted to go. And the guy I was dating, I was like, hey, can you please get me a ticket? I really want to go to this or whatever. And he was like, no. I was like, what? He was like, I'm going to go to a show with you where you're like, why, over time. So I'm like, you're such a hater.
No, I actually want to just hear the music.
I just wanted to hear their music. But I think I would, do you remember Case?
Yeah.
I want like Case, Jaheim. Is it Jaheim?
Yeah.
I want them to
He's
do
no
a show
longer on
somewhere.
crack, which is good.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
What's the one that gorged his eyes like? I said God told him to do so.
His name was Houston. He was a one-hit wonder.
Yeah, what
he
did
made
Houston
that
sing
song.
again?
I like that.
Oh,
I like that.
it's
where
better
the money at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, was that a real life story? Did we
Yeah,
just make
that's
that
actually
up?
true.
Okay, cool.
It's
Yeah,
actually true.
yeah.
Actually, he's blind in one eye.
And you know, like he
Yeah.
just took it out of a Bible verse that says something along the lines of that: if your eyes lead you to temptation, it should cause you. Is that what it is? My resident Bible guy. Is there a Bible verse talking about like if you look at someone in a stingy way, take your tongue out, gorge your eyes out? I don't think God meant it literally.
Oh, why did he do it? Yeah, his one was, yeah.
Oh, I heard it was because he said God told him to. Yeah, of course
exactly,
it
because
is.
God
Yeah,
would never tell you that.
God didn't tell you that. But I just thought he misinterpreted the Bible verse.
He was good looking.
I thought he read that verse and was like, wait a minute, my eyes do lead me to temptation. I'm going to take him out.
The devil told him and he listened.
Which is what I thought, yeah, that's
Damn
what
it,
it is.
man.
Chingy could come back.
Sydney Star ruined his
Who's
career,
like,
boy.
I'm missing you.
Case.
Oh.
That is such a banger.
Oh, that is such a
That
nice
is
song.
such. I'm sweating without the sun, like the woman without a man.
Come on, everybody.
Like a ring without
Let me
a
see your
hand.
lights up. I'm missing you. Oh, what
That
an
is a
actually-
beautiful
Look at
song.
this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Bring
They don't.
back the
They don't
yeah-ness.
make songs
Bring
like
back
that no more. You
R&B.
know.
Bring back
They
that
do
like.
not make
I'm
songs
gonna
like that
die if you don't reply to my
anymore.
phone calls
Yeah.
and just lyrics and happiness and I
Yeah.
love that song. Yeah,
They do
I
not
want to
make
see
songs like
them,
that.
man. I can't lie to you. I cannot lie to you. I'll be front and center for BTK show. I know they hate each other.
BTK, they really fucking hate each other
They
now, man.
hate each other.
And the others are always on live. It's very weird. But you know what's mad? Omarion thinks he's such the bougie one. But Omarion, I don't really like him. Did you see what Omarion did? He like shouted at some black women that were at his show. Yeah, and they were like getting onto him. He was like telling them to move out of the way, but he was very aggressive.
Oh.
And so he was getting his ass handed to him on the internet, which he should have because it was very, very it was very unwarranted, like the way he was moving. Like these are people that have come to see you. Do you know what I mean? But he proper thinks he's like the elite one out of them. And
Yeah,
it's
because he
just
made it the most, isn't it?
But
there was a story coming out that I knew nothing about. It's going to be on Netflix called Shooting Guard, which is about a basketball player that shot another basketball player. Do you know that story? But I thought that title was so good though, Shooting Guard.
Yeah, that is a good
And I
one.
thought that's a sensational title.
God.
There was something I was going to talk about now. Yes, okay, so I want to talk about our good sis Kiki Palmer, which I really like her Kiki. I think she's a great personality and I think she's really good at being a star.
Yeah, I love her.
Do you know what I mean? Really fun, really bubbly. She gives me Issa Rae vibes in the sense of like their bubbliness, their like, you know.
She gives me traditional like
star,
like you,
yeah.
Star. Yeah.
And like normally she doesn't really step wrong. Like obviously everything happened with the whole baby dad and stuff like that, but she doesn't really like do anything wrong. But recently she's been under fire for doing an interview with Jonathan Majors. And that made me think, is there anybody that's been cancelled that you'd like to have a conversation with?
I would still sit down with Kanye. I can't lie.
Would you?
I actually would. But only because I feel like sometimes you get certain opportunities and it has to be for like you personally and you kind of have to block out the noise and just think, do you know what? I can't do everything for an audience all the time. I want to do this for me. And I have an affinity to Kanye because he is my favorite rapper. He was my favorite rapper.
But what would that do for you to interview him?
I just want to know. I want to know because we always speculate, about the isms and schisms about why he's doing what he's doing, the reasons and blah, blah, blah. And I know he's spoken to people and he still ain't really said shit. So why is he going to give me the tea? Do you know what I mean? But I want to try to get to the bottom of it. Like, is there like really like a bigger agenda? Like, is there a bigger reason, a bigger meaning why you're doing all of this? Is there something that we truly don't know? Like, is your shit so like, is what's happening behind the scenes that we don't know about so bad that actually your shit is just a drop in the ocean? Like, is there more to it? Like, I just want to know what all of this is about. Is it purely marketing? Are you truly having episodes? Are you like, what is the reason? Because I don't know, maybe I need to get into therapy about my affinity with people that have talent and not being able to sometimes separate talent from things. Do you know what I mean?
Michael Jackson.
Yeah, because it's not a coincidence that, do you know what I mean? I'm a huge fan of both of them, but that's a me thing. Do you know what I mean? But for Kanye, I really want to know why. And honestly, if I had the opportunity to sit down with Michael Jackson, I would as well. Like, and I know he's not really cancelled.
He was never cancelled.
No, he wasn't. And our community are very, very strong in You know,
Like not the black community, the Michael Jackson community.
Yeah, exactly. Just to be very clear,
clear.
okay? And the beautiful thing about our community is we are so far wide and diverse. Like it's actually a mad thing. But anyway, that's a story for another day. But I would sit down, I actually would. And that one would be for me. Do you know what I mean? If you don't want to fuck with me after, because you're going to watch. You're going to watch. But I just need to know. I need to know. I can't rest until I know why Kanye is doing what he's doing.
As we all know, I've got I don't know if we all know this, a public enemy number one. There is one person who I have got a beef with and I will always have a beef with.
Who's it?
And I will sit with him. That shall not be named, Suge Knight.
You're scared of him.
But it is ever
and rightly so, by the way.
Why do you, I don't think he's such an awful person.
I know, he's done some fuck shit.
I don't want to say too much, but again, like you, I want to be like, why are you behaving?
Yeah.
What's wrong?
Because you're also so talented.
Wrong with you? I don't know if he is, but like, I want to. Do you know how like often when people talk about bullies and it's because this happened to them as a child, then blah 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 blah. I want to get in. What's happened? What is wrong with you?
Do you know what? I've got a theory about him. You know,
go on.
I think you know how people you have the talent, and then people bring their boys to do certain jobs because they want to keep everything in house and they want to make sure that, you know, their friends have got jobs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think he was that person that was brought in like, because he has the stature and you know, he's a big guy, come in and kind of like do security, blah, blah, blah. And it kind of just like elevated into him becoming more like senior and actually having like, you know, doing management and stuff like that. But that is the prime example of like not everybody from ends that you need to bring in to do certain jobs because they will always still have that like street mentality.
Yeah. I'm genuinely scared of him though.
But he's a very scary person. I'm genuinely
scared of him. Him, and I'd really, not that she's been cancelled, I want to talk to Remy Ma.
Yeah. She kind of fell. After her and
I want to know what made you that angry that you shot your friend.
Yeah, mad thing. And we have to do it with security here.
I just need to know that like, I know we all have our anger issues, but to shoot.
Friend. Because what was the reason? Was it over money or something?
I can't remember. And then also, what did you do to Papoose? Because I'm not of the belief that Papoose never cheated.
Oh, no, definitely. I think he had a hall pass.
What did you do that he rated you enough that we had never heard? I mean, now I know it's gone to shit.
Yeah.
But like, whilst you was in there, that man held you down.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me your secrets.
Yeah.
Would love to know.
We're not messy.
Like, what actually happened there? Like, I like that you did that. Like, what happened there?
Yeah.
So, I mean, either people have been cancelled. I don't think there's anybody that's been massive. Most people that I think I've been cancelled, really, have been deservedly cancelled and I don't know if I want to chat to them. So that one, I'm okay to like never talk to them again. But like the whole interview that she wants to have with Jennifer Manchester, didn't make it to like a day, did it?
No, she scrapped it because she was getting her ass handed to her. But the thing is, I think it's like with that is because the people that are going to listen are the people, do you know what I mean? Like her audience is mainly black women that were going to listen to that. Do you know what I mean? And if the majority of them are saying that they don't want to see this, then, but I mean, listen, people always say that they would have watched so that they could
so they can get something to say.
More floggings and more lashings. Do you know what I mean? So she would have got her numbers, but you just have to be someone that
it's not worth it,
doesn't care. Do you know what I mean? But I actually think she made a mistake scrapping it.
Really?
Because the intention was there. You obviously felt convicted enough to want to sit down with him. It's done now. Do you know what I mean? I feel like the real sort of like nobleness would have come with her just not doing it. Do you know what I mean? Like that would have been noble to be like, do you know what? I had this opportunity and I chose not to because blah, blah, blah. But if you've already fucking done it, you're getting flogged anyway. You might as well just put it out.
Put it out. Yeah, since you've done it.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? It's done. Like I don't see the point
yeah.
in scrapping it after it's already been recorded, edited, good to go. Because there were clips that were put out. So people obviously knew it was coming.
As a woman, do you know how hard it is to publicly stand by a man?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God. Because they're going to do something. Now that people are going to ask you, but it's not your friend. As if I was there with him when he was doing this thing.
Exactly.
And I think maybe because of her story with Trey as well. And it's just like, well, you know what it's like for 100%. A man in this industry to take advantage of you. And now you're talking to a man.
And even with her ex as well.
Yeah.
And I think people can be forgiving of stuff.
Actually. That's actually such a good point.
Yeah, I think people can be forgiving of stuff like that if they feel like you're going to hold their hand, like their ass to the fire. Do you know what I mean? And from what we saw, it looked very fun and playful and juvenile. Do you know what I mean?
She should have brought out the clip to be like, did you do it?
Yeah. But I don't think any of that happened. I think it was very much like very light and very fun. And it's her podcast. She can do what the hell she wants. But it's like, we're not going to ignore this big elephant in the room. And again, listen, we do this, but sometimes things are pre-recorded before things come out because the recording, the confession came out where he admitted that he'd strangled his ex. So, but again, she could have very well recorded that.
Then when that came out, then we just never saw a preview.
Then, yeah, exactly. So
She
then
never
what
saw it.
exactly? So then that tells me that like, yeah, like maybe you were team him, which
The thing is, I'm sure there might be things in the background that we don't know, and there's people in Hollywood that like, oh no, he's actually not. I don't know. I think Hollywood has a thing of they value around someone, and maybe that's what it is. Maybe in the background they're like, oh, this person's not a bad person.
Yeah.
I don't know, so maybe that's what it is. But I do think it is really weird having relationships with people, even as friends or just in the same space, and they do fuck shit. And then what is it that you're expected to do on the outside world? I often just don't talk about it publicly.
same.
Ever.
That's my stance. I'm just not going to talk about it. I don't
Ever.
care.
Yeah.
But it's just like I'm just not
Ever.
gonna. I'm just not gonna have a stance in it.
I'm not going to
because
perform correction for the audience. If I'm going to correct
Exactly.
you and I know you, I'm going to correct you inside, and we'll keep that one inside.
I think people do that. That people that do that are very performative, because again, depending on what it is, there are some things that are apprehensible. Is that the word?
There was,
And it's like, yeah, that one.
do you remember
we
during
condemn it.
lockdown, there
We don't
was
condone
a
it.
particular influencer that was getting like her ass handed to her, like old sweets, whatever.
Oh yeah.
And then two of her friends
Wicked.
who she hangs around with did a statement.
So it's not funny. It's so wicked.
Audrey,
Because all now I don't
imagine
remember those
a world,
people.
God forbid someone was cancelled, and then you now saw
Your
a
friends.
statement from Tolly T saying, I do not condone.
I do not stand with Tolly.
If I kill you, I would actually kill you.
No, I need my people to free themselves from the shackle of clout.
You just don't say anything.
Do you remember those people's names?
What do you mean?
No, you do
you
not.
wrote a statement about your influencer friend
No.
to say that you stand against this.
These
Who
times-
are you doing this for?
No one knew that you were even friends, hun.
Who are you doing this for?
Like, no, that was sick.
Who are you doing this
That's
for?
happened a couple of times.
Did you hate this girl from
Yeah,
before?
they did. They were
Because
waiting.
I don't care how many times you at me. Oh, what are you going to say about... I'm not going to say anything.
Exactly, I'm
Just so
not
you
gonna
guys are clear.
I'm not gonna say
I'm not going to
diddly.
say a word, like, ever.
Mm-mm.
Like, you're not going to now see me making like a... I just like to everyone to know that I do stand against what my friend did.
Doing a video talking about, I've seen all the controversy online, and I just want to say that we do not condone this. And I
we're
know
going to
that,
separate ourselves.
we're going to separate. And I know we have deleted the episode that we did with that person because we just don't stand by that behavior. And fuck off. Fuck off.
I'm just
Again,
not going to say anything.
I'm just not going to say anything. But again, if you fuck with us and you know, like, you believe that you know who we are, then certain things that happen, if it's completely immoral and wrong and blah, 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 and it's like a no-brainer, then you should know that we don't need to come and make an announcement. You should just know
this
that.
is a wrong place to come to if you think I'm going to be slamming somebody.
No,
You've got, and these people were her close friend. Imagine me getting cancelled or doing a statement that I do not stand. I honestly, there's definitely many things that Audrey can do that I do not stand
by you.
I won't stand by you,
I'll
but I just won't publicly stand against you.
Won't let nobody hurt you.
Depending on how bad what you did is, I won't stand by you. Like, because you know when you stand by someone, that's when the rocks can hit you as well. But I won't publicly, like, you have to do something so heinous that I feel like I'm... Because in my mind, I was like, well, of course I don't support that.
Well, duh, exactly.
Yeah, like, of course I don't support that.
But why do people feel they need you to say it out loud
Especially
to
if it's
validate?
something like a weird thing of the, I don't know, a tweet came up saying, if it was something like you hurt someone and it was incredibly dangerous or whatever, but let's say that old tweet came up saying that you called a black girl, said she had big lips, and then someone now says that I should now make a statement against you.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Please leave
Be
me
so
alone.
fucking for real, man.
Leave me alone.
Because some of you are
Leave me
sleeping
alone.
next and sleeping with men that do mad things.
The maddest
and you
of communists.
you overlook it. You do not hold those men
I
accountable.
was just
So don't come over here telling me that I should hold my friend accountable for a tweet from 11 years
and also,
ago.
make her accountable in front of you.
Exactly. So
Like, that's what I don't, like I said, like,
I wouldn't expect
when
that.
your friends do wrong things, do you go to even if with your, how many, what followers
Exactly,
you have,
it doesn't
you
matter.
no, you correct them at home.
You don't.
So I never understood why someone expects me to correct. I think the person who did it the best, especially with the whole Jonathan Majors thing, is like, do you see how Michael B. Jordan just did say a word?
Yeah, it's like, just don't talk. And just work, hon.
He didn't say shit. Like I said, and when they did Creed, that was his brother.
Yeah, that was his brother.
brother.
That was
What did you say
so
about my brother? That was
Like,
his
literally,
voice.
yeah.
They were doing shoots, leaning on each other, hugging, black and white posters and everything. Michael, shut the fuck up.
He brought Michael B. Jordan up actually in that thing.
Did it to say what?
In that Kiki clip
He
that
didn't
in that
message him.
Kiki, in that Kiki clip that I saw, because the clip that I saw from the now deleted podcast, it was like she was doing like this person versus that person.
Yeah.
And like if you had to save someone or what, and it was Michael B. Jordan versus someone else, and he was like, Michael B. Jordan, man, he was like, that's my brother.
Don't bother me.
And Michael B. Jordan must be thinking, now why am I in
Bother
it?
me by text. Don't bother me in
Exactly.
public.
You're
Like I said, please don't damage my name. We can still be text buddies.
I'm not in it, man.
Don't bother me in public.
And also, as the person that's done the mad thing, you have to hold that L. Because sometimes those people will now be like, they'll start be tweeting, talking about, everyone let me down. My bros weren't here.
No, you have to understand why
you
I
have
let
to
you down.
you have to understand.
Like I
Talking
said,
about no one
did?
supported me in my hard times and like victimizing
Hard
themselves.
times wasn't that you lost some money or whatever. You
did something fucked
bad,
up. Exactly.
which is what your hard times were. But speaking about Michael B. Jordan, that new film Sinners
Is it good?
Fucking
It looks
amazing.
like sci-fi.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, it is so good. It is Michael B. Jordan who plays a twin in it. I'm kidding.
He's got a twin, so there's two of him.
Yeah, there's two of him. Good looking boy that is.
Beautiful man.
But that's what Nonsense is about. It's written and produced by Ryan Coogler and his production company as well. It is so good.
Oh, really?
And normally I don't like scary films. I'm like,
it's a
whatever.
horror.
It's like a horror. But it's
I
like,
love
no,
horror.
I don't want to spoil it because there's so many like nuggets that you can take away from it.
Okay, I'm gonna
It's
definitely
done
watch
so
it.
good and it's funny. I love things that are funny.
really? Okay.
Yeah. In this kind of like you got little jump scares in it, but it's so. I really enjoyed it. I haven't
that's
enjoyed
good.
cinema in a while.
I haven't been to the cinema in ages.
Yeah, that was last time I watched it in
Ages.
cinema. It's really good. Would
Okay,
recommend it.
definitely
Yeah.
gonna check it out.
I love when I can see someone that they made this and they got to play about with it. And once it's out, probably there's a scene in it that everyone's talking about that is fucking brilliant. But it's a really, really good film.
Oh, dope. I'll definitely be watching it.
It's hard, yeah.
Mm.
So I'm gonna need Jonathan Majors to keep Michael's name out.
Exactly.
Your fucking
Please,
mouth.
let's not be cancelling him and dragging other people
Please.
down with your mess.
Go
Like, you
down
have
with
to
your
just
own
hold
crime.
this exactly and just hope for the best, man.
And also things have worked out. He's married to Megan Good. That's like you done it.
Yeah, she's another one. They handed her her lashings as well, but again.
I'd actually really like to talk to her as well.
Yeah, she seems like a good time. I love people that give good interviews because at the moment I have been banging out Vibes Cartel's interviews.
Is it good interviews?
Oh my, he is, and I don't know what I expected. I've never seen an interview from him, but he's everywhere because obviously he's been doing his concerts. He sold out the Barclays Centre twice in a row.
I'm
That's
so happy for him.
mad.
That's insane.
He's out. He's
And
rolling
those
with
tickets were
Saddam.
expensive as
He's
well.
everywhere.
I better not hear that he's leaving Saddam.
No, he loves that woman.
Good, because
in every interview he talks about her, and he is so fucking like his banter is A1. He's so smart, so funny. Like he's clearly like found God, and he's just bigging up God in every interview.
Cool. Can we see about getting Vibes on?
Yeah, well, next time he comes in. Amanda's like, adds to the list.
Yeah, Vibes.
But he is just his interviews are fire. He's talked about his skin bleaching. He's talked about.
Apparently he's going to stop that.
Yeah, he said he stopped completely,
good.
and he admitted that, like, because like sometimes when you speak to people that come from countries where it's very like prominent, people will just reduce it and say it's fashion. You know, it's just a fashion thing, it's just a phase.
Yeah.
But he's been very honest and said, it was to do with lack of self-love and colorism and talks about that and, how big it is in Jamaica and stuff like that. He said he stopped bleaching, he'll never do it again. He's talked about his Graves' disease. He's talked about life in jail. He's talked about the system. He's talked about not being able to travel. He's talked about, he was saying he was in jail. He had everything he wanted, like everything. Like he said he was wearing his Jordans and his Rolexes and he'd be wearing all white in jail.
Gel Lux.
He had gel Lux,
Sick.
gel premium.
Yeah.
He's talked about his ex, his baby mom, who's got like 5 of his kids or something, and how she held him down for like 10 years, and then he found out she cheated, and he understood. He's talked about like how he's like overturning like his mindset about homophobia, and he doesn't perform certain songs. Like when I say not that I knew what he was like before, I just never listened to an interview with him before. And now I've been banging them out, and he's very, very funny. Like I would love to get him on because you actually would have good chat. And I love people that give good chat and good interviews. So yeah, check those out. They're good.
Yeah, let's
Mad.
see about getting Vibes on. So Vibes, Will Smith.
Will Smith.
Okay, we've put
amazing. We're working on it, guys. We're working on it.
So Tiffany Vibes.
Tiffany Pollard.
Yeah, great. Tiffany Vibes and Will Smith.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see if we can make that happen.
Who do you think you are? It's a prime question you should ask yourself, Talani, but also why not us? And
Exactly.
on that note, we can wrap this shit up.
You sure can.
Thank you guys so much for listening to this episode. It rambled, it went on, but hey, we spoke. and we hope you enjoyed it.
We talked politics, we talked entertainment, we talked...
But yeah, that is it for this episode of the Receipts Podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I've been your girl, Tolly T.
And I've been Just Call Me Audrey.
Why did you say it in that voice?
I'm working on my acting.
Okay.
That was supposed to be distress.
Let's all make our bid. So my bid is for the Good Morning competition.
Oh.
And your bid is for a role in...
anything where I'm not playing myself and I'm playing something very far removed from the person that I am, aka a bad bitch. So
but you are a bad bitch.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want to be a bad bitch.
You meant you want to, aka, you want to play a bad bitch.
I want it far removed from who I am.
Okay, good. Which is the furthest away from the bad bitch.
Exactly. So let me play a crackhead or something. Or...
I think the crackhead would suit you.
Same. So I could actually really get into that.
Yeah. I think the crackhead.
So a laughing crackhead that doesn't stop laughing.
Yeah. I think that would be good.
Yeah.
So Audrey casted in a role
short
as a crackhead.
Films, adverts, I'm open to all of it.
Yep. And I would like to announce a £50,000 competition blown out by Good Morning Britain.
There we go.
Right,
Put it in the air.
Put it in the air. See who gets it. See who catches it. Bye.
Bye.